All right, my shadow here. Uh, Giza will never talk about it, and I think you might have an idea of what it is. And I don't really want to talk about it either, because it's going to bring back some real painful memory. Well, actually, more than one painful memory, a series of them. He suffered I don't know what you want to call it, an incident many years ago. And he's fortunate to be alive. Very fortunate. Previous training, and I can't really expand on that, saved his life. He did defend himself. He was justified in defending himself, there's no doubt. He did defend himself. But in the process of defending himself, he got to be careful on how you use these words because, it's YouTube. He got injured defending himself severely. And you see some of it. You're not seeing all of it, and you'll never do that. But you see some of it facially. You see some of it. It was a lot worse than what you see. And he stopped it. He stopped his rehab, reconstruction, whatever you want to call it. He opted out. And he opted out because it was too painful. He opted out because it was too, I don't know, just no light at the end of the tunnel type deal. He opted out because he was lied to. And he opted out because he was becoming something he didn't want to be. That's what happened. He'll kid about it now. He'll tell you he's going to put a mask on and all that. And, nothing wrong with that. Why not? It's unsightly. He's heard all the comments. But the people who know him, the people who know him will never say anything. Because the people who know what he's capable of doing will never say anything to him. Talk about knowing something and making the wrong move. That's the wrong move right there. But hey, he's alive. It's all good. He's not looking for any self-pity or anything. He just will not go into greater details than that. And that's probably the best way to handle it. It's probably the best way. It really is. He grew up in a city. He's from the city part of New Jersey. Grew up in a city, spent a lot of time in New York City because they were relatively close, and within a half hour he could be in New York City from his house. So, spent a lot of time there, has dated women from there, and dated all nationalities of women. That's the other thing about Giza. He's, he's very familiar with the cultures because he intermingled with the cultures, sometimes to the, what would the word be? Dismay of his family. Not so much his immediate, not so much mom and dad. Dad didn't. Dad thought you should give everybody a chance anyhow, and so did mom. you know. But the overall family, oh no, they don't like that. Because he would bring his cultural dates to gatherings, and you're like, what? What's going on here? And what do you mean, what's going on here? That's enough of that topic. But anyhow, he's a good guy. He means well. I'm gonna cry. I'm sorry. I'm just emotional right now. Just thinking about what had happened, what happened to cause it, what transpired, what took place afterwards, and oh boy, it never leaves you. It doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter if you talk about it. It doesn't matter if you're in a group setting talking about it. You're in a private setting. You're in a session. You're on the couch. You're at the bar. You're hiding behind the booze or drugs. It all doesn't matter. Traumatic events in your life, especially when there's life is involved, is traumatic. Okay? Even more so when survival is involved. I wouldn't talk to your, how could you talk to your wife that way? That dude. Yeah, it's like my wife told him. He's actually talking to me nice. What are you talking about? Hey. Anyhow. Not a rant, not a rave, just a talk. I'll delete the videos rather than edit the video. I'm not going to sit here and edit every word, figure out how to put animation on the video, figure out how to put, well, I'm going to put the link above here, the link's going to be down there. And first of all, I have no affiliation with anybody. Everything I have, I buy with my own money, or it's been gifted to me by my family or friends. Okay? Nothing has been given to me. Nothing has come here illegally. I need to cover that as well. It's been bought by my own money and used for my own purposes of hiking and camping, fishing or whatever. The birds are knocking on the house. Sounds like they're knocking on the door. Kind of funny. Anyhow, I'm learning about the streaming. I'm learning about all that because I'm clueless, okay? But I've been learning about it, and it's just like going out hiking, right? It takes work, W-O-R-K. And how much work do I want to put into making a video? None. I admit it. I don't want to do anything. I just want to put it on a tripod like I'm doing now and talk to you at 9 minutes. I'm at 9 minutes. It's going too long because I'm talking about this, then I'm talking about that. I'm running into this and running into that. It's like I'm having a conversation with myself or I'm at a party, right? Me and Cheryl are talking, and we're talking about everything, right? And there's so much going on, from politics to FEMA to hurricanes to crime to inflation, and what knife you should get, and what content creator is telling you the truth. I don't know what content creator in the knife community is telling you the truth. I can tell you which ones I believe are not telling you the truth, but I don't think it's my place to do that either. I have to, unfortunately, take the stance you have to find that on your own. And you will. You will find that on your own if you're a newbie, because as you get into the depth of the questions with people that are answering you, you will find out what happens. when they start to say to you, it'd be nice if you bought me a cup of coffee. Well, I don't really answer all the emails because you're not in my inner circle, because you're not a member of my battalion. And if you want to support me, go to Patreon. If you want to support me, I don't ask you to support me. I can support myself. I'm a big boy. I'm retired. I don't need a YouTube income. I mean, if it happens at some point, that's great. I'm not going to turn down a passive income. But I'm not going to go and say, do this, do this, do this, and do this. I take the stance like this. What is your intent? What is your intent listening to me? You find me funny? Great. You find me foolish? Great. I'm not going to pass judgment on how you view me. I'm just happy I can put a video up because I don't know squat about it. Oh, you should, I can share with you. Oh, you should look at your analyticals. You should look at this and you should, what? You give me more work to do. Yeah, well, it's work to put out the channel. No. My intent is to just open up the phone, put it on a tripod like I'm doing, and try to keep it under 20 minutes because, gosh, my videos lately are all running over 10 minutes. Who wants to listen to me at 10 minutes? Well, come up with something more catchy. Come up with more catchy phrases. Maybe you need to be out hiking and walking around and not tabletop talking. Well, maybe I should be, but I'm not capable of doing that on a daily basis. Well, we understand that. Do they know that? Yes, they do know that. I've shared about my medical situation. Well, where's your gear and put it on your mat and talk about that? Well, I'm having a problem videotaping that because I can't get the phone in the right position. I'm not going to build this humongous crane to hold the phone to do a video. It's called work. I'm trying to stay out of work. Nothing wrong with that. I'm retired. When you get retired, you'll know what I'm talking about. You don't need to be bothering anything. It's like my brother-in-law. He's retired. He's much older than me. He's got me by, I don't know, 4 years, 5. He's in his 70s. He says to me the other day, now, you never know I was retired. I got to babysit the granddaughter. I got to go up and take care of them in their flood. Like, the husband is clueless what to do around the house in a flood. Why do you have a house? That's how you learn, blah, blah, blah. The guy is doing everything but being retired. He's got it worse than me. He loves to play golf, but he can't play golf because he's tied up doing everything else for everybody else. Because just like in me, like I told him, don't you love it when people have designs on your time and your money? He goes, yeah, you're right. He goes, that's exactly the problem. And he said, we are victims of our own goodwill. I said, that's right. You're exactly right. But it's time for me to take back my country. It's time for me to take back my lifestyle. And that's what I'm going to do. And I know people aren't going to like it, but it doesn't matter. Because unless I'm happy and unless I'm healthy, I cannot help anybody else. And that is the bottom line. Enough of this today.